What's going on, YouTube? Enter Hitmontop, part 2 in our mini-series. I remember when Gen 2 came out, I thought this Pokemon was pretty cool. And while it does start with a fighting move, the 85% accurate rolling kick, its stats are less than desirable. While it's the most defensive between the three with 95 base defense, its 95 base attack and 70 base speed are the lowest of the three. Although, for this run's purposes, Hitmontop's special will be 110, but it won't help out too much because Hitmontop can't learn any special attacks, and Psychic Pokemon will still nearly one-shot us thanks to its base 50 HP stat. And if you're wondering why its special is so high, when I used the Sanqui tool to generate this ROM all the way back in October, I set it to use the Mon's higher stats for its special. And there's another starter that generated on this ROM, Scizor, that I want to do a run with eventually. I predicted Hitmontop would be the best of the three, simply because of the facts of its TMs and learn set. We have access to Dig, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. Rock Slide to help us take care of those pesky flying Pokemon and hopefully one-shot them, especially Gyarados. We also have Agility for badge boosting purposes, just like Hitmonchan. And with all that said, there's only one thing left to do. Let's get into the run. So Hitmontop immediately has a problem. Unlike Hitmonlee, who starts with Meditate and can boost its attack, or Hitmonchan, who has Comet Punch, Hitmontop has to rely on Rolling Kick that has the same accuracy as Comet Punch. And it's double resisted by the Weedles because they're Poison and Bug. So I don't have enough PP to get through this first Bug Catcher, and the Caterpie ends up knocking me out. So I train on this patch of grass outside of Viridian, knock out Rattata and Pidgey, so I can level up some. And while this does make the other bug catchers in Viridian Forest a bit easier, the mandatory bug catcher at the end is still a little tough. He did beat me once, which is a little unfortunate, and this is the second battle you're watching. It comes down to the wire, but I end up having to use all of my PP on Rolling Kick, believe it or not. I mean, we only get 15 of it, so it's not too surprising. But we beat him, and we can move on to the Light Years Junior Trainer in Brock's gym. I fight him just because I want some extra experience, maybe some extra money for down the line because you never know. And even though I am able to get by the Diglett, the Sandshrew is just too much for Hitmontop here. Going into the battle with only 6 HP because we level up, Sandshrew easily takes me out with a Poison Sting and a Swift. So I decide, let's take on Brock, which, yeah, Brock's pretty easy. Rolling Kick is able to 2-shot Geodude, and it's a 3-shot on the Onix. So with Brock out of the way, we can just go ahead and move on. Now, the trainers on Route 3 are a bit of a problem. Mainly the bug catchers. With Rolling Kick's 85% accuracy that feels like 50%, while I managed to beat the first bug catcher, I was poisoned during this fight. And there is a trick to poison. It's to take 3 steps, save your game, and reset. And I really didn't feel like doing that. So even though I beat this first bug catcher, I don't have enough steps to make it back to the Pokemon Center, I don't have any potions in my inventory, and I end up whiting out. Very unfortunate. So in Mount Moon, Hitmontop actually cannot learn Mega Punch. So that really sucks. And the Super Nerd at the end of Mount Moon gave me some problems. In fact, he did beat me a few times. You see, the problem isn't really the Grimer, the first Pokemon. It's the Voltorb. You see, Voltorb in the Sanqui runs knows Sonic Boom, which it used here in Mist, and in the previous battles it used it often. And since it's not a one-shot, if it gets off 2 of them, yeah, I'm pretty much left with no HP or it can KO me. Thankfully, I get past it this battle, and exiting Mount Moon, we're at a time of 44 minutes. Not bad, it's not terrible. I'd say Hitmontop is looking like a mid-tier Pokemon so far. And now the question is, do we battle Misty first, or Rival 2? Well, I'm gonna go with Rival 2 because the sooner we get through Nugget Bridge, the sooner we can get Dig. And this first battle goes awful. Pidgeotto hits me with a quick attack that crits right away, does almost half my health, and after its tackle, I'm at 13 HP. Thankfully, Abra can't attack me, so I can use 2 quick attacks to take it out, and Rattata should be a one-shot with Rolling Kick, and it is. But Charmander knows Dragon Rage, which it uses, and it KOs me. I take on some trainers in Misty's gym before trying again, and this time Pidgeotto cooperates using just Whirlwind. So I'm going into the Abra with full health, but again, Abra can't attack me. We one-shot it this time, and while Rattata does use Quick Attack for a little bit of chip damage, we knock it out. A Dragon Rage can knock me out, but it goes for Growl, and we knock out Charmander, getting the win. So like with the previous Sanqui runs, I do get poisoned on Nugget Bridge, and I have to go back and heal, but overall Nugget Bridge isn't bad. And once we visit Bill, we can go ahead and go back to the gym to take on Misty. She leads with Staryu, and I'm hoping Rolling Kick does big damage, nearly one-shots it, we get a flinch, and Quick Attack finishes it. Against Starmie, I'm gonna go for Dig. It hits me with Hydro Pump, which leaves me with 1 HP after a crit. Dig does maybe a quarter. My second Dig crits and brings it to a sliver, but we have Quick Attack to quickly take it out. So now we can make our way to the SSN. We are going to be picking up Body Slam. Great attack for any fighting Pokemon to learn because it's a strong physical attack. And then we're going to go ahead and take on Rival 3. I should also mention that we're going to be battling the gentleman who guards the candy on our way out, but Body Slam does over half to Pidgeotto, hits me with the Sand Attack, I miss my next Body Slam and then hit the one after, Rolling Kick misses Raticate, which is unfortunate, but we hit our second and knock it out. Kadabra, it hits me with Kinesis, I miss, it goes for Teleport, then I knock it out with Body Slam, and last is Charmeleon. I go for Dig, we miss, it misses Smokescreen thankfully, and Dig knocks it out. So that went well. I really didn't want to see Dragon Rage, and we can wave bye to the SSN, and then head to Lieutenant Surge's gym to take him on, and he's trivial. I meant to go for Body Slam right away on Voltorb, but Body Slam one-shots Voltorb, Pikachu, and Dig one-shots Raichu. And with that out of the way, we can make our way to Rock Tunnel, and battle a trainer that gives everybody problems, the self-destructing Hiker. And he's not a problem for Hitmontop, but I actually did have to reset in this first battle. I knock out the Geodude with Rolling Kick, but you're gonna see that we level up, and I accidentally learned Counter over Rolling Kick. I was watching Scott's Thoughts Pineco video while playing this, and yeah, wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. The second battle though, you'll see I don't learn Counter, and Rolling Kick takes care of all 3 of his Pokemon. Exiting Rock Tunnel, 1 hour 46 minutes. Still, Hitmontop's looking like a mid-tier Pokemon, and we have to decide where to go next. Well, I'm gonna head to Celadon to do some shopping. Specifically, I want to trade this Soda Pop for TM48 Rock Slide. And while I'm here, I might as well pick up a TM05 Mega Kick because Hitmontop can learn it. We're gonna head to the game corner afterwards, and we're gonna take on Giovanni. Which Giovanni is as easy as always. My first Rolling Kick misses, but my next 3 connect, one-shotting all of his Pokemon. Pretty easy. So now that we have the Silph Scope in hand, let's go ahead and head to Pokemon Tower to take on Rival 4. The last rival battle before the difficulty really ramps up. And while Pidgeotto's opening Quick Attack does crit, doesn't do a lot, and Rolling Kick's able to one-shot it. Execute, I go for Body Slam, doesn't one-shot it, it hits me with a weak Bullet Seed, and my next Body Slam knocks it out. Gyarados is next, Body Slam does over half, it starts to thrash, and we knock it out the next turn. Kadabra, Body Slam, it's gonna one-shot it, and Charmeleon, I should have just went for Dig, but Body Slam paralyzes it, and we take it out the next turn. Alright, so let's go ahead and complete the Pokemon Tower. And once this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and head to Silph Co. And I'm gonna head straight for floor 10, because there's some goodies on the 10th floor. We can get the Carbos, we can get the rare candy, but specifically TM26 Earthquake. And while we're here, let's go ahead and try Rival 5-ul. I didn't heal before this battle, and I have Agility on my moveset now, so I set up 2 Agilities on Pidgeot for some badge boost, and Rock Slide is able to one-shot it. Execute is next, Rock Slide misses, and Confusion does big damage. Rock Slide hits, does a quarter, and Confusion knocks me out. I tried a few more times, had no luck, so I decide to make my way to Cycling Road to head to Fuchsia City. I'm gonna go ahead and complete the Safari Zone first to get all the remaining HMs of the run before taking on the Ninja Master himself, Koga. And this is a one-shot sweep with Earthquake. I figured now is as good a time as ever to put this on my moveset. Even though the Weezing was a critical hit. I feel like that mattered, but we have extra levels, we have a boost to our speed, and we can go ahead and head back to Silph Co to try Rival Fivel again. I start out by setting up some agilities on Pidgeot, and then I'm gonna go for Rolling Kick. And I bet you're wondering, I thought you had Rock Slide on your moveset. Well, I did. I saved, and then taught it to Hitmontop before the first Rival Fivel fight. But since I reset when I lose, I still have my Rock Slide TM. And it really would have came in handy this battle. You'll see I've made it to Gyarados. I have 19 HP left because it used Dragon Rage. We outspeed Alakazam, we paralyze it, we get a retroactive potion, and we've made it to Charizard. Had I had Rock Slide and it hit, we would have won, but I get knocked out. And I had 3 battles in a row, after I taught Rock Slide, where we would make it to Charizard, I would miss, and I would get KO'd with Wing Attack. So in this battle, I set up 3 agility on Pidgeot, and then knock it out with Rock Slide. Execute, who's a problem, Rock Slide does over half, and Confusion does big damage to me. Thankfully, we knock it out the next turn. Gyarados, Rock Slide, one shot. Alright, we level up. We're gonna outspeed Alakazam because of all the agility. Earthquake knocks it out, and please just hit against Charizard. We do, it's 4 times weak, we take it out. So Rival Fivel, finally completed. And we can move on to Giovanni next. First though, we're gonna pick up the Lapras from the old man here. And I feel like I should really start routing in getting a rod from one of the random fishermen for Pokemon like this so that I can get Surf sooner. But anyways, to the Giovanni battle. Earthquake on the Nidorino, we one-shot it, that's 1 down. Against Kangaskhan, I hit Earthquake, I meant to go for Rolling Kick, but we nearly knock it out with a crit. We then miss Rolling Kick, and then hit to knock it out. Rhyhorn is next, I stay with Rolling Kick, it one-shots it, and for Nidoqueen, switch back to Earthquake, and we one-shot it. So another easy Giovanni battle. Now, instead of finishing up business in Saffron City by taking on Sabrina, I'm gonna head to Pallet Town and surf south towards Cinnabar Island, head to the Pokemon Mansion, and then take on the Quizmaster himself, Blaine, which I go ahead and set up 3 agilities, they probably weren't needed, and then Earthquake one-shot sweeps his entire team. Like I said, agility probably wasn't needed, but I wanted to be on the safe side. We only have 1 gym leader left, which is Sabrina. Earthquake one-shots both Kadabra and Mr. Mime. Venomoth, I go for Earthquake, it one-shots it. Alakazam outspeeds me and hits me with a massive Psybeam. Earthquake nearly takes it out, we get a Hyper Potion, and then we crit Earthquake to knock it out. So all that's left is Giovanni. And saving in front of Giovanni, 3 hours 47 minutes. Not a bad time for Hitmontop. Now let's have our Beyblade Pokemon get the last badge. And Giovanni's very easy. Earthquake one-shots the Rhyhorn. Dugtrio does outspeed me, but I set up an agility while it's underground. Nidoqueen goes down with an Earthquake. And Nidoking goes down with an Earthquake. Rhydon I don't think will be a one-hit KO. And it isn't. It goes for Fissure. We have 8 gym badges. And now we can head to the league. But before doing that, we have to take on Rival 6, who's a problem for most Pokemon. Will it be a problem for Hitmontop? Well, the battle starts out in the worst way. I set up an agility, and Wing Attack does over half my HP. I go for Rock Slide because I can't afford another. I knock out Pidgeot. I set up an agility on Rhyhorn and get hit with Takedown. I decide let's go for Earthquake and knock this thing out. Execute is next. Rock Slide, and does about half. Confusion leaves me with 6 HP. My next Rock Slide knocks it out. Gyarados, Rock Slide, one shot. Alakazam, Earthquake, and one shot. We level up, but Charizard's last. We outspeed, we hit, we knock it out, and now we can make our way to Indigo Plateau. And saving outside of Lorelei's chamber, a respectable 4 hours 11 minutes. That's like Magneton tier. But how will the league go? Well, in this first battle, spoilers, I do lose because I get some pretty bad luck. Against Dewgong, I miss my opening Rolling Kick. Since it's just spamming Rest, I'm gonna set up 3 agility. I then go for Rolling Kick and one-shot it. 1 down. Cloyster's next. Rolling Kick surprisingly one-shots it in its base 180 defense. Earthquake does about a third to Slowbro, and Psychic does big damage to me. another Earthquake, Retroactive Super Potion, another Earthquake, Amnesia, and another Earthquake to knock it out. Jinx is next. It has Frail Defense, so Earthquake will one-shot it. We level up, Lapras is last, I miss Rolling Kick, and Blizzard knocks me out. So that first battle wasn't terrible. I mean, definitely could have won had we not had the bad luck. So I pop my rare candies and try again. Once again, I pop 3 agilities to start, and Rolling Kick Dugong with all my badge boosts. Cloyster's next, and with badge boosts I know Rolling Kick one-shots it. Slowbro, Earthquake at our higher level is doing half, while Psychic does half to us. And another Earthquake takes it out. Jinx, it's the same old song and dance, Earthquake can one-shot it. Now against Lapras, we hit Rolling Kick, and it one-shots it. So Lorelei, pretty easy after using our rare candies. And next is Bruno, and he's no challenge in any run, really. And I'm really glad I've just started to speed up the footage in his battles, in all of my runs, really. Earthquake doesn't one-shot Hitmonchan, but it one-shots all of his Pokemon except Hitmonchan and the Machamp, who just wastes its time going for Focus Energy. And that's Bruno. And next up is Agatha. But we have Earthquake on our moveset, so I don't expect her to be a challenge either. And while her Gengars do have like Shadow Punch, Shadow Ball, and Dark Pulse in the Sanqui ROMs, that's not going to do any damage to Hitmontop. As you see, the first 2 Pokemon, we one-shot the Gengar and the Golbat. Haunter, it's just a weaker Gengar, it's one-shot by Earthquake. Arbok, it's similar stats to Golbat, but Earthquake one-shots it. We level up, and then the last Gengar hits us with a weak Shadow Ball, but Earthquake one-shots it. And now we have a true challenge in what I think will be Lance. At least I thought Lance would be a challenge, and then I remembered we have 110 base special, and we have Rock Slide on our moveset. Gyarados probably won't be that bad, but I set up an agility just in case I get hit with Dragon Rage, and then Rock Slide to knock it out. Now the next 2 Dragonairs are just going to spam agility on me because Lance's AI says Psychic move, Fighting type, super effective. So I just go ahead and set up my remaining agilities and then one-shot both of them with Earthquake. Aerodactyl, I miss Rock Slide, but we still outspeed it even after it uses agility, and we knock it out the next turn. And Dragonite, Rock Slide connects and knocks it out. So Lance, pretty nice to have an easy Lance battle after the last few runs. And Hitmontop has made it to the champion on only its 2nd attempt through the league. Let's see if we can clutch out a win. So Pidgeot was a huge problem in the Meganium run, so I just go for Rock Slide right away, and we take it out in one hit. Alakazam unfortunately outspeeds and goes for Reflect, but Earthquake comes through with a clutch critical hit, knocking it out. Against Rhydon, I decide to set up an agility. It goes for Bulldoze, which lowers my speed, which is another badge boost. Another agility followed by Takedown. I decide let's just go for Earthquake and one-shot this thing. Exeggutor is next and a problem. I go for Rock Slide. How much will this do? About a third. It misses Hypnosis. My second Rock Slide nearly takes it out, but we get a full restore. Another Rock Slide and a crit for half. Another Hypnosis miss. That's clutch. And Rock Slide takes it out. Gyarados is next. Rock Slide, and that's going to be a one-shot. All that's left is Charizard after we level up. And Rock Slide connects, 4 times super effective, and what an easy champion battle, and really an easy time through the league. Had it not been for that unlucky Lorelei battle, Hitmontop would have joined Venusaur as only the 2nd Pokemon to beat the league on its first attempt. We do finish at level 68 with a final time of 4 hours 23 minutes. And I've said throughout the video that that's Magneton-esque tier, so that's where we're gonna put Hitmontop. And it's about time Magneton got some company in that C tier ranking. I have hopes for Hitmonlee, but I have a feeling it's going to finish somewhere around that same C tier ranking, maybe B tier. Anyway, as always, thank you for the continued support on the channel. We've got Hitmonlee next. If you follow me on Instagram, I drop some hints as to what content's going to be coming this summer. So if you're looking forward to it, let me know in the comments, and enjoy some bonus footage. I'll catch you in the next video.